Shh, the movie is starting. Woo! Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Shh, the Movie is Starting podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Jeremiah.
I'm your other host, Chris.
And today we are joined by...
These clowns.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Church, the Game Grinder.
I'm Jason, a Corpse Flood Gaming. Sorry.
And today we are watching the 98 or 97?
98.
98 classic Blade.
Yep, the first of this season's franchise series.
Mm-hmm.
This is the movie that officially kicked off Marvel being a bankable film studio.
Brought him out,
property.
actually, kind of brought him out of bankruptcy.
It dragged them out of bankruptcy, but it also began them selling off their properties to all the studios. So that's why they got to pay to use Spider-Man in anything they use.
The Hulk, too.
Yeah. Hulk, but, I mean, they when they acquired Fox, they got a bunch of them back.
Yeah.
Now they just need to buy that little company Sony and they'll be fine.
Oh, Jesus, no don't do it. Then that means I James Bond.
I thought James Bond is
Sony bought MGM.
Okay.
So this is one of those movies that I saw in the theater at least 4 times. The year before New Line released Spawn, which I was super excited about. And saw it and it was garbage.
Yeah.
What? I like Spawn.
I hate.
I liked the movie, but I can't watch it now.
I liked it
when it came out. And that
hell
sucks still, but
when I saw the trailer for Blade, the trailer was set up exactly the way the trailer for Spawn was set up, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be another piece of shit."
Well, and that was the thing. I think even New Line was a little apprehensive about this movie. They were
I went and saw it regardless because the week that it came out like in August, I do believe, and nothing else was coming out that week. And me and my friends went and saw it, and we were like completely blown away. We were like, they took it seriously. The acting was on point. The action was really good. It was visually really cool. They did some really good things.
They went for the R as opposed to the PG-13. You know,
and, they went for it, and it was just like so good. And then like every Friday from that week on, for the next 3 Fridays, we would go see it again, and it blew our freaking minds.
And the big milestone is that this was really the first black superhero ever introduced.
Originally, it was supposed to be LL Cool J. LL Cool J was trying to be
Spawn did it first.
I know, movie
successful.
Successful. Yes. Originally, LL Cool J was supposed to play Blade, but then Wesley Snipes showed interest, and they were like, "Oh, him."
Well, and the funny thing was that, to go back to Spawn, Wesley Snipes was originally supposed to play whenever it was not at New Line, but I think it was at Columbia. He was signed on to play Spawn, but then that fell through, and then they got Michael Jai White because they had to cut the budget in half.
I can't believe you guys are whitewashing history with Meteor Man and Handyman.
Once again, said successful.
In Living Color, not successful. I won't accept it.
Blank Man.
Look, I'm a crime fighter.
Richard Pryor was the first Spider-Man.
Slap me around and call me Sally.
Susan.
Or call me Susan.
I think we got your idea for your next series of movies.
Yep. It kicked off the franchise, and then like all of a sudden, serious takes on other superhero.
Like this opened the door for X-Men, and X-Men opened the door for Spider-Man, and then basically right then it
showed that you can do a superhero movie seriously, not have to have it be cheesy and hokey and silly.
Yeah, because I mean,
like the way the Superman movies have gone,
or even Batman for that matter.
Steel.
Because I feel like there were. I'm trying to think of what other ones that came out. Like there was a bunch of just horrible.
I think Batman and Robin was like the last straw. Kind of thing.
Yeah. Batman and Robin convinced me that I had grown out of superheroes. And I know you guys have talked to me in the last 10 minutes, and you can tell that is not the case. But it was actually so bad that for like 6 years, I was like, I guess I'm just kind of over it. I'm over superheroes now. And then I saw good superhero movies, and I was like, oh, never mind.
It's nice to see them.
There's no way I could hate a Batman movie with Arnold in it.
Yeah, it can. That was the thing. Was Blade proved that it can be done?
Yeah.
It was done with the original Batman. It was done here, and it was done well. Yeah. It just works so well. But the thing is, Church has never seen this before.
Huh?
Pretty sure I've never seen this before, or at least if I did, I don't remember.
And we watch it, and he's like, "Oh, it's gonna be fun. Blade. I always thought it was called Blade."
Watching Church watch
the reaction. Yeah. It's got a great cast too. I remember one of the things too that they did prior to this, just so people would be more familiar with the character before it came out, was they introduced Blade in the Spider-Man cartoon.
This was his lightsaber.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, but like at that point, because because Blade really wasn't a well-known character, and that kind of worked for their advantage for this movie because it's like
no expectations.
Secretly, it's a comic book movie, but people might not know unless you read Wizard
until you watch the movie and it says Marvel at the beginning.
Yeah, or if you read Wizard and heard that there was a Blade movie coming out, or like I said, they literally introduced him in the Spider-Man, the '90s Spider-Man cartoon, so that people would be more familiar with him. And I think. Malcolm McDowell was Whistler, did the voice of Whistler in the cartoon.
Really?
Yeah, and to be honest, I think Whistler was an invention of that cartoon. And then they were like, okay, well, we need to, or they knew he was going to be in the script, but he wasn't really in the comic book yet at that point. So they introduced him first in the cartoon, so people would be familiar with who the fuck Whistler was whenever they saw the movie.
Hell yeah! If people could have been convinced that he was actually in a movie before, because he started in a Dracula comic, so they could be like, which Dracula movie was he in? I don't remember that one.
He was in the Tomb of Dracula.
Tomb of Dracula is where,
Tomb of Dracula is where he came out. Yeah.
Wearing was flare collars,
and he has
it looks like Black Dynamite, basically.
Yeah.
Black Dynamite with yellow.
Dynamite! Boom!
Yeah. So
I'm surprised that at the era that he was not called Black Blade, because it was Black Lightning, Black Panther. Oh God! Well, that's why kind of sidebar here. That's why they were going to call. They called Brother Voodoo because we're using black way too much in these.
So we'll use Brother.
Yes, exactly.
Brother Voodoo.
It's not anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But anyway, shall we?
That's the thing about Panthers. They're black. You didn't need to say Black Panther. You could have said Panther, and I'd be like, I know what he's talking about. The Black Jungle Cat.
Well, you can't mix it up with the Pink Panther.
Oh
yeah.
Well, he's the only one
dude.
He's the only one. He's the only one that's pink, so he needs to differentiate himself. But Black Panther just kind of goes without saying.
Shall we do this?
Let's do this.
Right. Currently, the movie is basically just streaming on Amazon, but you have to rent it or buy it digitally, which I don't recommend.
I saw it at Walmart today, but I was like, I think I have them anyway. But yeah.
All right, so we have the movie queued up before the New Line logo, and we are starting the movie now.
Yeah.
All right. And yeah, we were talking about before the irony that New Line, which is a company owned by Warner Brothers, released a Marvel movie.
It is, yeah. Back then it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, it's a Time Warner company right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, even if I didn't know this was a comic movie, I would have been into it, because this was when I was just into anything horror related, and vampires hadn't been ruined yet. So
yeah, Twilight hadn't come out yet.
I think for me, besides Spawn, I had largely figured most adaptations were trash. So I just I was like, I'm sure it's gonna be terrible, so I didn't bother. And it was
like I said, it was the only thing that really came out that weekend. Yeah. So we were just kind of we're gonna go. We always go see a movie on Friday. Yeah. Let's go see it, and if it sucks, it sucks. And when we walked out of the theater, we're like, holy shit.
Yeah. No, and the thing was, I remember.
And it's Sanaa Lathan before anyone gave a shit.
Well, trying to convince people, I could not convince friends to go with me to this movie, because they just were like, whatever. Because I remember seeing this by myself and being blown away by it.
Yeah.
I also, at the time, was not much of a Wesley Snipes fan. I just didn't really care for him. I've since cooled down on that opinion, where he's fine. But I'm not.
I think it was cool watching him in The Expendables 3, because that was the first movie he made when he got out of jail for
he even makes a joke about tax evasion.
He even makes a joke about it. But the thing is, you can tell in that watching that movie that he is so grateful that they put him in that movie, and he is trying his hardest to make it work.
Yeah. This is true.
It was a lot of fun watching him in that movie too.
The thing that I remember, the movie before this that I'd seen Stephen Dorff in was Judgment Night, and I'm like, and I remember thinking he's going to be the main bad guy, and he pulls it off pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
And Kris Kristofferson,
And Boucher Wright, my brother met her at a Starbucks in LA.
She's the doctor, right?
Yeah, she's the love interest. Yeah. Donald Logue, the last person you'd expect to play a villain. He's always playing some nerdy down on his luck guy.
Yeah. Oh, and there's
fucking Traci Lords.
This one I remember was one of the first one of her first big roles after she graduated. She
went to Juilliard
or the Actors Studio.
Was that what it was?
I think
Juilliard.
I think it was the actor. I thought it was the Actors Studio. Yeah,
and Arlie Jover, who plays the love interest for Stephen Dorff, ended up playing a vampire again in the sequel to John Carpenter's Vampires.
Yeah. I love this little moment here where
the cut subplot.
Yeah,
that right there is a cut subplot.
Yeah.
Around this time, everything was hidden in a meat locker or storage.
They never
unit.
talk about the fact that there's human bodies in those again.
Mm.
That was a subplot that they cut out for time.
Did they revisit that though in the third one? With like
in the third one, they kind of brought it back a little bit. But there was a whole thing about Stephen Dorff talking about it.
Yeah.
And this song you could not escape this summer that this movie came out. I remember I went to a freaking Office Max to go and buy some printer paper. Yeah. And this was blasting on one of the PCs they were selling on the front on a loop.
And this song is like 10 minutes long.
It is,
it's just, And Donald Loge is about to get head.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Everything was edgy techno and goth clubs in movies for the longest time. For about like 6 years.
Traci Lords is so fucking hot.
So when I was old enough to go to clubs, I thought it was actually going to be kind of cool. And then I'm like, oh, no, it's not. There's no goths here at all. I was lied to by Blade and the Matrix.
This was in The Wire or something.
It was not The Wire. It was the one on on FX with Chickless.
Oh,
Shield.
Are they just all wearing white so they can just spray them all with blood? Is that what's going on?
I thought you haven't seen this movie.
He's like, I meant today.
You can see it coming. It's not like they're not telegraphing it or anything. They're in an abattoir for crying out loud.
Everyone's goth.
It's a Guar concert.
Yeah, everyone's goth, but then there's like guys in white tracksuits out of nowhere.
I just think it's funny. Like no one's paying him like a lick of attention.
Yeah. Stanley and Avi Arad.
Yeah. Avi Arad's still producing the new Spider-Man stuff. He's producing the Spider-Verse movies.
Yeah. He's just no longer because he had the Feige took over, so he's still there.
Oh shit! It's the kid from the gate.
Is it
Glenn? Yeah,
it's Glenn. Was the lead kid from the gate.
I did not know that. I love the gate.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite. That was one of the first horror movies I saw in the theater.
Marv Wolfman met him at a con. He's really old.
David S. Goyer writes all the Batman movies that Nolan did.
Yep. And wrote Demonic Toys for
Demonic Toys for Full Moon. Yeah. Well, the thing is that he ended up directing the third Blade movie, and it ruined his his directing. Yep. There he goes, Donald Logue getting the head. Yeah. And the other guy's just kind of watching.
I got weird drips on me, so I'm gonna put them in my mouth.
I'm sticking in my mouth. Yeah.
Like what?
Tastes like strawberry syrup.
Well, at least
why is it spicy?
At least he's not the only one that's got weird drips in his mouth.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right. This is gore. Where's the green?
That's how you get bloodborne disease.
It's a Gallagher concert.
I was gonna say, I hope that there's no hepatitis.
I love how she's rubbing all over her tits.
I mean, that's cool.
They need to like double the blood to make it gore, though. They're actually like slacking on the blood.
Yeah, if you're talking about Guar, that's not enough.
I don't know.
You can tell they turned the shutter speed up on this because you can see every drop of blood that's falling from the ceiling.
Everybody's a vampire except for him.
Yep.
That sucks.
They don't even want to kill him. They're just like, you're killing the vibe with that hat, bro.
Derp.
I don't like your face.
Fist in the face, my only weakness.
You can see every drop of blood. That's awesome.
Who's this dry dude?
Yeah. You want to talk about killing the vibe?
I do I love the fact that when he walks in, he just smiles.
That's the thing. Is like he's only happy when he's killing vampires. Yeah. That's the thing they get. He says it too.
Yeah.
This guy's made of Teflon.
So I was watching this on. What was I watching this on last night? Oh, the copy that I gave them, and the sound was all like the music for that scene was very low, and it was all voice.
Huh?
But
he just smiles because he's
like shit's about to go down.
I'll be the first. And I liked how they actually did the thing of like, oh, when they die, they immediately turn into ash. Like if you know. which is why there's no that leaves no evidence.
It's also funny that it's a better looking version of what happens on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
You should have telegraphed your intent.
Oh,
guess what? Traci Lords lasted so long.
Yeah. And she even was like in like the opening credits.
Yeah,
too.
she is the name. She is a name that people know, so of course they're going to do that.
Yeah.
She didn't last long.
But,
maybe they're trying to do the whole psycho thing.
I just hate it so much that every female vampire has to hiss every single time.
This is cool right here. Dirt.
you already staked him, but yeah, go for the head kick.
Just like, why not?
Yeah. Well, it's like the scene in Kick-Ass when she throws the knife into him and then just kicks it in further.
Yeah. It's like adding insult to injury kind of thing.
Oh, it's actually a Bloodbath concert. I did not hear Michael Akerfeld at all.
So that dude, the redhead dude, I've like only seen him in comedies.
Yeah, Donald Logue.
He was on Gotham.
Yeah. Well, the thing,
I've only seen him play like a loser kind of bum.
Well, because I remember the prior to this, the thing I only
he's
knew
like,
him
that's
from
not my
was
intent. Why are you guys so mean?
Well, the thing I knew him from this only thing I knew him from prior to this was the ads on MTV where he was the cabbie.
Oh
yeah, or he was just like the obnoxious cabbie.
He was on a sitcom that I really. It's either
Grounded for Life.
Yeah,
and he was he played like a family man.
He had his big break after this because of this he got the Towel of Steve.
Yeah,
and there was a guy at work who saw it and loved it so much he had the posters all over his office and shit.
Yeah,
we kept on calling him like the Donald Logue sucker.
You got the Bladerang.
Yeah, I used to have a replica of that thing too.
Because that is actually referred to as the. It's not. It's not
calling it the glaive,
but
it's not
the
real glaive.
Glaive. It's the not so cool glaive.
Yeah.
Someone saw Home Alone.
Why doesn't he have one-liners like, I know you've got a lot at stake right now, but...
How dare you?
You
have to give me the location.
Hey, don't worry. There's going to be plenty of bad puns.
Yeah.
Thought I'd try fire. I mean, I love how they do, set up where I clearly just like keeps cutting pieces of him off and letting him go.
I thought this was a nice touch right here too. Make sure he hasn't been bitten.
Yep.
But then again, he also leaves this guy in a lurch. He's like, how do you explain this?
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here covered in blood. Dude's burning in the back. Yeah, put him out.
Very calm for such a...
Oh, man, it's the 6th time this week.
Yeah. Smells like Sunday roast in here.
I saved that guy's life so he could spend it in prison.
He actually has a hole cut in his trench coat.
Yeah, for his sword, yeah.
It's called custom.
Okay, so one thing I noticed when I was watching this last night was I didn't realize how much of this movie is quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, you watch the Marvel movies now and it's like wall-to-wall music.
Yeah.
It's like always score all the time. This movie actually like only uses score when necessary. There's dead quiet a lot of times.
Yeah.
And it took me by surprise because it's like the opposite of what we get now.
So quiet.
Just a filmmaking thing. I noticed.
Well, and it just seems to be happenstance that this doctor happens to be a doctor that specializes in Blade's condition.
She's a hematologist.
Yeah.
She happened to be on staff that day.
Yeah. He was in Vampires.
Yep.
He was the priest.
We got a little mahogany.
Yeah. Little
he had the worst line of dialogue ever in that movie too.
Yeah.
He's going to be like if he's going to be unstoppable unless we stop him.
From being stopped.
Yeah. Never stopping.
Don't stop believing.
Yeah.
I just watched that Never Stopping the other day at work.
The pop star.
Yep.
I've never actually seen it.
I got another copy at this library book sale and brought it to work to donate. and then they wanted to watch it immediately for some reason. Even though I also grabbed all the Matrix and Lord of the Rings films. I was like, Lord of the Rings is here and you want to watch Pop Star?
They're in jail.
Yeah, you belong here.
Now you know why they're there. Yeah, good way to fake that Y incision.
Quispy!
Quispy, yep.
Way to get romantic over the charred corpse.
Yeah, over a stinky smoking corpse.
Donald Loge.
Yeah, he brings people together.
Yeah,
It reminds me of that time I made brisket for us. Do you remember the brisket?
you made brisket out of Donald Loge.
She's not even remotely scared. She's like, 6th time that's happened this week.
There's a couple of times in here where shit goes down on the street and people are just still walking by like ain't nothing going on. You'll see it when it happens.
Oh, he got her too?
Yeah.
Oh.
And one of my favorite lines in this whole movie is coming up.
It's bleeding time.
Where is it?
Oh,
Look right here.
Right here.
Yeah.
I remember that got a huge reaction when I saw this in the theater.
What are they doing firing guns at a hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, shoot at the guy who was attacking everybody and biting them.
That
And
was
it's covered in blood. Shoot the guy that's trying to help.
Yeah.
oh, I hate to say
Well,
it,
it's
but
because, I mean,
Okay,
for racial,
so right here was where like the filmmaking part of it got me.
I
yeah,
hate to say it, but they're police.
yeah.
When they saw Blade,
Yeah, the
I'm
black
not,
guy did
I'm
it.
not
Stop-
going to
and I'm surprised they didn't-
that.
I'm surprised they didn't yell, "Stop resisting!"
Yeah.
You know how much his coat
Shoot
costs?
first, ask
It's a
questions
custom-
later.
It's a custom coat.
Thinking too is like this came out a year before The Matrix.
Yeah.
And you definitely tell like the look they borrowed a lot from it.
Yeah.
Can we not
They do like
Can we
pseudo
not
bullet time in it
point
too.
out how
Yeah.
fucking awesome that was? Never seen that done in the thing before.
Just hucked
What?
her onto a
Throwing
tarp
someone out a
across the
window?
street.
Chuck him across.
Well, there's consequences. This is the other thing I liked was they show consequences to what he did.
Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
those little things like that kind of
Yeah.
went a long way with me.
Like they didn't have to do that at all, but
Yeah. They did just to show that, yeah, she did get thrown across the street and
Yeah.
probably 3 stories lower than she
What?
was before.
yeah.
She only flew across the street once. John Wick takes like a
Yeah.
6-story
Yeah, he
He
falls
gets hit
down.
by
He
a
falls in the
car
entire
on his
building
right
and hits
side every time.
every awning on the way down,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and gets right back up and starts kicking ass again.
He starts running with a slight limp and then kicking everyone's ass like nothing
Yeah.
ever happened to him.
Consequences.
The guy who directed this, the movie
Steve
he did
Harrington,
before this
yeah.
was
Death Machine? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You guys have ever seen that? It's
Oh,
it's very cyberpunk.
Yep.
It has Brad Dorff in it. And
I have to know who that is to know who that is.
Brad Dorff,
Chucky.
Chucky,
Okay. Just kidding.
Yeah.
and William Hootkins, who was Eckhart
Porkins,
in Batman,
and Porkins.
in the original Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's like
Sure.
it's a giant robot loose in an office building movie, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And it basically is like a very low budget version of this. It feels very much like this. And then he did League of Extraordinary Gentlemen
And
after
that
this.
kind of
And
destroyed his career,
It destroyed
yeah.
his. It didn't destroy his career. He quit.
Uh,
He quit filmmaking. He went back to doing special effects
yeah.
because he had such a horrible time making it.
Yeah.
No, it just looks like Ghost Rider's car.
Ghost Ride the Whip.
It's a Charger. Actually, well, it wouldn't be Ghost Rider's car because it is a character. Yeah.
But yeah, he said working with Sean Connery, the way the Fox was always on his ass about everything, and
I love how he's just like listening to CCR, making the weapons.
What else did you do in the garage?
Let's see it. Just happen to have a table right there for the girl bleeding to death.
Fucking Kris Kristofferson, I'm always pissed off.
Fuck's sakes.
Yeah. Fun fact, former Green Beret and Rhodes Scholar.
Good, I didn't eat breakfast today.
Kenny Rogers look-alike.
It was a great man.
No, Jeff. Who am I thinking of? Daniel?
Jeff Bridges?
Yeah, Bridges.
Jeff
Daniels
he's
is
basically Dollar General Jeff Bridges.
Well, there's have you ever heard the story about because he quit? I think it was he quit his career to basically work on Johnny Cash's crew, like be a roadie for Johnny Cash, and his family got all pissed at him and basically wrote a letter and said, we disown you because you're associating with Johnny Cash. This guy's a criminal and a drug addict, and you're not welcome in this family anymore. And then someone told Johnny Cash, "Oh, that's Kris. Yeah, he's a big fan of yours. His family just wrote this horrible letter to him about you." And then Johnny Cash walked by him, jokingly goes, "It's always nice to get a letter from home, huh?"
Nice.
Oh, but did they inject her in time?
With the garlic.
Yep.
And then you go from loud to super quiet. I thought there was, when I saw it in the theater, I thought there was something wrong with the audio. I was like, what?
And then here it's Uday Kerr.
Yeah, Udo Kier. Yeah.
Or Udo Kier, yeah. He was at the last Music Box of Horrors. He's hilarious.
Really?
Like, yeah, he's just like, it's always funny because he always plays these menacing characters, but he's just like very much, oh, I live in Palm Springs. It's great. I love it there. And
is that Odd Job?
Fine.
There's Khan's kid.
Oh, yeah.
Rat the Khan.
Wasn't he also in V?
Yeah. No, he was on, what was it called? The Phoenix?
Okay.
That TV show, The Phoenix?
And then the Asian, which I think actually he's Hawaiian, dude from Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
With the beard.
Oh, I thought that was Odd Job for a minute.
Yeah.
What's vampire cocaine? Oh, we see that in the third one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, the second one. You see that in the second one.
That's right, yeah.
The vampire cocaine is dried blood.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely not the guy I thought it was. When they showed side profile, he looked much different.
Oh, no, there's two different
Another guy.
bearded
He's on the
guys.
other side of the table.
Okay. I thought I was more tired than I thought I was.
That was cool.
No, that's
These nightclubs are dangerous. Are they?
Never thought I'd ever see like something going on with like vampire politics either.
Yeah. There's got to be a hierarchy, I guess. Yeah.
How do you call a vampire board meeting?
Yeah, there he is.
They did a little bit of that in Underworld, but that's obviously years later.
Yeah.
That's another good series.
Yep.
For the most part, I think all those.
Yeah, I think
All
the only one
I
I really
remember
didn't
anyway.
like was the last one that they made.
I don't know if I
Yeah,
ever
they got
actually saw
bad
it.
at the because there's 4, right?
There's 5.
5.
There's the original, then there's Awaken, or then there's Awake. No, so what's the second one called? Underworld.
Yep.
Underworld. What's the second one? Evolution.
Yeah.
Then Rise of the Lycans. Then Awakening, and then Blood Wars.
Oh, I don't know if I saw
Blood
that.
Wars. Blood Wars is the one that Kate Beckinsale isn't even in it for half the movie.
What the hell?
Yeah. She keeps on getting, like, she's supposed to be the most, after the 4th one, she's supposed to be, like, one of the most powerful vampires in the world. And she keeps on getting taken out, like in that one, and just sidelined so that they can make Theo James the lead.
I've not even seen it, but I bet she appears more in that movie than Michael Myers appears in the last Halloween movie.
I love how like they point out that because he's not a pure blood vampire, so he's kind of like he's not
a
as
second
good.
class citizen.
Yeah. And so now, of course, that causes Frost to have a chip on his shoulder and be more of like a And this as a character they introduced and never go back to ever again.
My favorite kind. We're like, what's this guy up to right now?
Yeah. Because clearly, like he was somebody who was because he's an herbalist who like was the guy who was making his serum, but they never after this, it's just like unless there was a subplot where
cut it out.
Yeah.
Someone caught him, held him ransom for
Also,
a blade or something.
Totally stole that in Ashes of like how Connor gets money.
Oh, by robbing the vampires?
Yeah, like the people he kills. It's like,
the vampires he kills, he steals their shit.
Yeah.
That's what's funny is the doctor ends up calling him out on it at one point.
Yeah, because he's like, you think about the March of Dimes.
She's like, what, are you going to rob? Are you going to rob him now? You're going to rob me?
Yeah.
He's like, bitch, this ain't the March of Dimes.
Yeah.
Hey, why would you not loot the corpse?
Yeah.
You got it. Never played a video game?
Yeah.
It's the first thing you do.
Oh, Grand Theft
I don't even finish the whole firefight. You got to just loot as you go.
What kind of crazy one night stand did I have last night?
Never woke up in a warehouse before.
Those footlockers?
You haven't lived.
I remember this was one of the last sort of R-rated movies that had a toy line for it and they were hard as hell to find. I found one.
Really?
Yeah. I found one action figure. It was and it was one that was like it was just Blade with the vest and the sword.
Like from the end.
Yeah. But yeah, like it was they were hard as hell to find just because it was an R-rated movie.
I mean, making R-rated toys for children was kind of the thing. Toxic Crusaders?
And RoboCop and
Rambo.
and Terminator, yeah.
Rambo, the animated series.
Alien, yeah, tons. Like I always love that. And as a kid who had no restrictions on movies, like I saw the irony of the situation.
Yeah, I thought it was weird because like I want to say the first cartoon that was based on an R-rated movie that came out was probably Rambo, like Rambo and the Forces of Freedom or whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember saying like, really? It's like a 10 or 11-year-old or whatever it was when it came out. It's like, really?
And then, it's dangerous. I love how they sold replicas of that because I think it was.
I have it.
Yeah, is it United? I think is the company that did it. That did the replicas, and then you'd always see in the ads does not have anti-theft device.
Yeah, mine doesn't have that either.
Yeah, well, none of them. Yeah,
don't tell people that, then they'll try to steal it. They would have just assumed that it had it, not tried to steal it.
Doing all of these like messing with blood, medical procedures,
got it right
no
here.
gloves. Oh, there you go.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I mean,
like, shit, I got an infection.
Well, it does have an anti-theft device in it.
The blade at the end?
There
It has a blade that pops out of the handle instead.
That's fucking
just
sick.
like in Steel Dawn.
Huh?
Just like in Steel Dawn.
Yeah.
Which we've also watched on this podcast.
Is that just right by your front door?
No, yeah, I have it over there by my front door, actually, yeah. So I can threaten people that break in.
Especially vampires.
Next to my
what if you don't get to it in time? They break in, they're like, oh, sweet, a sword.
Next to my Clan of the Cloud sword. Come on, Wesley.
Oh, God, I just ruined these pants.
Act, Wesley, act.
New Jack City over here.
Oh, New Jack City. Oh, shit.
Just from holding hands?
She's like, wow, in the 90s, you guys are progressive.
I love this, how, like, when you see him plop down, there's, like, no sound.
Mm-hmm. It was like, it was just one of those things that just went a long way with me for the movie.
Yeah.
It's just the sound design and the way they scored it.
It's just the idea that he's that much of a hunter.
Yeah. He rolled a natural 20 on his stealth.
No sound as he hits the ground.
Silent.
Vampire, that makes sense.
Yeah, attracts.
Yeah.
I love this.
Doesn't give a fuck.
Well, like, yeah,
Wow.
it's like, gasoline.
Then he lights up
and
a
then-
cigarette.
Yeah,
Very careless.
just looks around.
He's the opposite of what Blade just did.
Just had to take certain precautions. Go. Gotta understand. They're everywhere. Vampires. The Hominis Nocturna. The hunt 'em, you see. Moving from one city to the next. Tracking 'em.
What's that thing he's holding? I don't understand.
I think it's a GPS of some kind.
Yeah, I know, right?
Analog GPS.
Mhm.
I mean, you got to read.
It's a VPS.
Nah.
The only thing about maps that gets me, you need fucking trifocals to read that shit.
Well, we know what those glasses are.
Yeah.
What if they have an EpiPen?
That's a lot of pleather.
This is a good joke too.
But you're so big.
He's like, I checked last night while you were sleeping.
I noticed when we were holding hands earlier.
Yeah. This is. I was like this scene too. I thought this was kind of like he lays it out for her.
Mhm.
It's like aside from like the original Superman movie and the original Batman movie, they really didn't go out of their way to cut like character development
Yeah.
in a lot of these movies, and this one actually did it
Yeah.
really well.
Spawn.
Okay.
Let it go. Spawn doesn't have two sequels.
And a TV show.
Yeah.
It's a reboot. Let's call McFarlane and ask him where that remake he's been
But
talking
Blade
about the
didn't
last
get an
20
animated
years.
series either.
Oh yeah,
But
that cartoon is rad.
Yeah,
That
and the
cartoon
cartoon
was rad.
it was before the movie. Yeah, I think that's why I was so disappointed when I saw the movie because I was like, this isn't like the cartoon.
Like the reaction on her face in this scene too.
Mhm. I remember whenever I saw this in the theater because technically it was still when I had to sneak in to movies. I didn't want to get up and spoil my position if someone saw me get out, but I got super thirsty, and every time they mentioned
the thirst.
every time they mentioned the thirst in this, I was just like, oh god, I'm so thirsty.
You gotta start sneaking in drinks. too.
Unquenchable thirst.
It gets really bad at the end whenever they
See,
mention
HD
it.
ruins everything you normally couldn't see through with sunglasses.
Yep.
If this was made now, they would have CG'd them darker.
Yeah, I know, right?
Even the servers are goth.
Check out his
emo. They're making skyscrapers.
check out his sweet Walkman there.
Yeah, I know, right? His little Discman thing.
Yeah.
Is it a mini disc player? It might be. Well, that's probably a disc player.
Yep. I was in Lust for Dracula.
Yeah. Do you know Andy Warhol? I challenge you to a duel.
At noon, and then they both died.
What is the five fingers say to the face?
Why does he look like the one that got slapped? Hurt my hand.
For me. I'm Dita.
Yeah. Now it's time on Sprockets when we dance.
Oh. Deacon Frost rocking the bedhead there.
Woke up on the wrong side of the coffin. I like their take on coffins in this too.
Okay.
Oh, the trailer, the line that he says here to her when he comes back to her.
Yeah.
The sugar-coated topping line.
Yeah.
In the trailer, they made it sound like your world is nothing but a sugar-coated taco.
Her bite marks are pretty spaced out. Someone had a wide-ass mouth. Crocodile ass. Or, no, it's alligator. Alligator has the wider mouth.
It's Amy's mouth from Fright Night.
It's the bucktooth version of a vampire bite.
Hey, what's that jazz on your neck?
It's chaos. Part 2, they did something kind of cool.
Yeah, with
how to hide them.
Yeah.
It was on the inside of Norman
lip,
Reedus'
yeah.
lip.
Spoilers!
How to tell who's vampires in this movie?
They can tell.
How you doing?
You know you're in New York. How you doing?
They're friendly. What?
I'll fuck a bitch up! Oh.
No.
Someone's saving money on the electrical bill here. Holy shit. The movie's going over budget, and it's the only thing they could think to cut down the costs.
Turn all the lights off.
Turn all the lights off in the hallway when no one's in here. Turn the lights off. Just a set, Dad.
And clean your room while you're at it. Yeah, leaving town ain't gonna help.
Oh, yeah, I had a job.
Oh yeah, I did have to work late. Do I have to? Oh shit, am I late?
Kind of stuff stops mattering when your death is imminent.
Yeah, I'm gonna become allergic to sunlight in about a day.
I can't work day shift no more.
I love it. It's almost that's almost the equivalent of your wife just expired. Like he died.
Because you're dead too.
Well, and silver nitrate. That probably would burn.
He rolled another natural 20.
Nobody.
I never seen him before. That's my stuff.
He's the worst police officer ever. Well,
She even says, "Is all this necessary?"
Can't you just hit him while you gotta
Yeah,
slam him through my
basically, she's like, "Why did you
fingers?
break my table?" It's like, "Is all this necessary?" This little hooker.
Officer Creed.
Here it is. Here's the line.
Yeah.
You gonna rob me too? How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the marching.
Which he already took it off. The editing mistake there.
Bullshit.
Looks like our friend has been blood.
Feel I'm funny. I know this place is a blood bank.
Owned by vampires. There's one in every city. And they always deliver. So maybe we can take it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's beat up a cop.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Why isn't anybody calling the police right now? I mean, and I guess kind of like the implication is like, oh,
Also,
our
like-
world and their world doesn't really exist.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're the world underneath all this.
Well,
Pulls
that's
out a gun the size of a toaster.
Yeah. Here's the line.
You better wake up. The world you live in is just a shit of There's nothing.
It's not about how hard you punch.
all
It's about
bullshit.
how hard
All
you
of
can
it.
get punched.
All of it.
That's the only way that I'll stay alive long enough.
I hate when she says long.
Long.
It's like pet peeve.
Long. Appalachia area people do that a lot. I notice.
Because I just remember in theater when we did the voice and diction class, it's like it's not hanger, it's hanger. It's not long, it's long.
Long.
Yeah.
It's not milk. It's milk.
Milk. Vitamin Y.
Vitamin K. My bones are so brittle. Oh yeah, and then you're gonna see some like the little I remember loving this the
Oh
little-
yeah, you see the hooker standing there on the corner, and then they cut back to it when he
It's
passes.
just, yeah. And it's just
Fast forward.
Yeah, why is it like 1.5 speed?
Probably just for stylistic.
I thought
Actually,
actually
yeah,
I
right.
clicked something for a second.
Vampire,
Felt like I was watching the movie like I had somewhere to be.
The running time's a little slow. Let's speed this up.
Looks like we hit pay dirt. That's the vampire lock. Means that there's a safe house around here somewhere. A place they can go with Dawn's coming. See the battle.
I don't know who this Dawn lady is, but they're really afraid of her.
And here comes the most annoying music
yeah.
track you'll ever hear in your life.
Where they move.
Yeah, how can you tell?
It's like a badge.
Push things out to like the vampires.
Like
Like
Me. I didn't even remember that. I just knew he was going to say it.
Get what you see in the movies. You use a stick, silver or sunlight. You know how to use one of these?
no. I damn sure learned.
Safety's on rounds already chilled with silver hollow point filled with gold. You aim for the head of the heart. Anything else is your ass.
What?
Here's my invitation. Yeah, right here.
Oh.
And get ready for Jeffrey Epstein's wet dream.
E. That guy?
So I'm semi into it. Semi.
Oh. Glad
They
this is
remind
an
me
audio-
of
This is an audio podcast.
the I forget the name of the real artists, but they're the Us Cracks in Cyberpunk.
Oh,
Some weird
like J-pop thing.
music. Yeah.
And that's like the stunt guy that's in a bunch of shit. It's only employees only back here. Okay, fine.
Well, we damn.
I remember in the trailer they changed that to Night Stalker or Stalkers or something because for some reason he couldn't say Suckhead.
Suckheads.
Yeah.
It's a pretty lame insult, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Probably only so many variations on vampire out there, I guess.
Bro, why are you keeping it PG?
Yeah.
This ain't the animated series, man.
Suck a fuck.
You got a real sword.
I hope I remember that. I just
Get a real sword.
anytime anything to do with vampires.
Get a
Go
real
suck
sword.
a fuck.
Go suck a fuck. Oh, Donnie Darko. You just unplugged somebody's Wi-Fi connection.
And also, that officer makes it across town pretty damn fast.
Yeah.
Probably getting thrown by everybody. So we played
You can just turn on the cherries and, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, they just speed up the film again, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's...
He has a switch like a NOS switch in his car.
Too fast, too furious.
It's all about family.
There's your coffin.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
That's pretty cool.
Hey, she looks familiar.
The Tupperware coffee.
Although that wasn't even the same
It's not
actress.
her.
Yeah, I just noticed. But it's clearly implying that it is. Yeah. But yeah, it's like probably her stand-in. Yeah, high def kind of fucks everything.
Okay.
Ooh. OG Mac days, huh? It's an Apple laptop, I noticed. Or
Sweet
Macintosh.
graphics.
Apple Macintosh.
Damn, that's
How long it
nerdy.
would take that computer to render that right there. Back in 98, that would have been like
I need a
50 days.
data center.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, there's no way in hell he would have made it across town that fast. Oh, shit! I think that was Chupa, the guy who played Chupa in the second one. Yeah.
From Fast and the Furious.
Furious, yeah. I'm fairly sure that was him.
That guy's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal.
You guys ever seen Grounded for Life?
Yeah, they're all over him, and he's like, looks like he's like got some sort of weird skin disease.
And
Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
playing on the TV.
Yeah.
mm,
That was uncalled
misogyny in
for.
this movie.
this is your resignation.
Consider that a divorce.
You can really see this in the theatrical version, but on high def, you can really see what's going on. The arterial spray, they're licking
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Nothing
You
beats
really
a good
couldn't
arterial
see it in the
spray.
theatrical version.
yeah,
Like when I saw it in the theater, I could never tell what they were doing.
yeah.
If he was wearing anything other than a black shirt, it would have been better.
Ew.
I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah, you think he'll make it?
What? What?
What?
That
And then I love the. Oh, I don't love it, but it's just like they even went to the length to even kind of show its dick. Like
subtle.
Yeah, see, kind of, yeah. Like,
There you go. Pink Pearl from.
Is that Andy Malinakis?
it's not even, it's Eric Edwards. He was in a bunch. Like he was in National Lampoon Senior Trip, and he was in Problem Child. He was like kind of heavier set guy, and even without the prosthetics. But
That's a pretty this is a pretty deep cut character from the comics, man.
Who is that from the comics?
Pink Pearl.
Oh,
It's just looks exactly the same, but like usually wears a lot of like a big pink muumuu. It's gross. Oh, at least they got an extra life.
Them titties. Is that Zach LaVoy?
no, it's Eric Powell. Oh, sorry.
You're gonna pay for this, Ramsey.
Oh.
That was a
One of you
callback.
guys don't talk. And that's a process.
Crispy critter right there.
That was an impressive callback to the
Rip
first
the
time I
hard
was on
drive
this
right out of
podcast.
He's watching cooking shows.
Yeah.
I gotta spray hot dogs in this shit.
Yeah.
I love that.
spray a little cheese whiz on this.
Delicious.
I just love what she
Yeah,
says
even
afterward.
he's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
God damn it! Now it smells like pork in here.
And now you blew up anything you wanted to look at.
So yeah, just realized that just in the other room, the scene earlier with Dragonetti and Frost, Pearl was in the other room the whole time.
Just smell like hot ham water.
It's
like- it
warm
smells
with
like
a
burnt hot
smack
dogs.
of ham.
Yeah, it was like burnt hot dogs in here. The Vampire Bible.
Smells like a vampire wiped his ass. I'm jumping ahead, I know.
Spoilers, Jeremiah. Spoilers.
So in fact, the reason why this girl's even in this is because I guess she was some martial arts champion that they just wanted to feature. Or
It's also creepy to use a child.
Yeah, like Wesley Snipes. I think Wesley Snipes knew about her because he's all in the especially at this time he was really big into martial arts.
Doesn't show.
Yeah, but
He
yeah,
just uses nothing but
like
stunt people.
she had won some tournament and he was like really impressed. He was like, "Oh yeah, we should
Find a way
have
to work
women."
her in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm just standing like it's going to go down.
Mm-hmm.
Pluck, 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 pluck.
Fuck your Bible. This is an episode of Star Trek.
I will hit a child.
I mean, you are like twice her size, you know.
You got to know in a movie like this when you see glass cases, they're not going to stay in one piece.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
He's like, "Are you aiming for them?" At
this
point?
guy looks familiar.
Yeah,
It's
that's Jeff Amata.
the alien from They Live. You know?
He played pretty much all the aliens
Yep.
in They Live.
Oh, and there's fucking what's his face? Reed, Philip Reed's brother.
Really?
Well, what's his name? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Was it Eric Roberts was in him?
Yeah, best of the best.
Best of the best.
Yeah.
Well, he was in the first one.
Yeah. Shit, it is him.
This got a great
Yeah,
reaction.
that is him. That is fucking him. And I guess like because he looks so different. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that Dane Cook?
I'm fairly certain.
No, that's he was in the Fast and the first Fast and the
Yeah, let me double check. I'm fairly certain that's
He
him.
played the villain in the first Transporter.
Yeah.
Schultz,
Look
Matt
how
Schultz.
phased he is by all
Matt
these
Schultz.
punches.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's him.
Matt
Yeah.
Schultz, yeah.
So they just reused him as a different character
And
in
then
the sequel.
he plays one of the vampires in the second movie.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, granted, he is because he bulked the fuck up for that role. He looks completely different.
I still think it's funny, like the swear word they came up with in the first Fast and the Furious movie to keep it PG-13. That Matt Schultz keeps on saying is instead of calling Paul Walker's character a fucker, they call him a buster.
Hey, Buster.
Well, like a scrub or a pigeon.
Well, I don't know. Well, it's like
Buster.
he gets in with the group of the thieves in the first movie. Paul Walker kind of gets his way in, and the Matt Schultz character goes like, "What's up with the Buster?"
Well, I mean, I know a scrub is a guy who thinks he's fly, and he's also known as a buster.
Yeah, I don't want no scrubs.
I love him.
Why?
Great entrance.
He has a great line here.
Yeah.
And then just annihilates everybody.
Why no guns? Because they'll ruin the pages that they've already like.
Yeah,
Well, no, because
demolished.
they need Blade. They want Blade alive.
Yeah.
I like how everyone's shooting at him and he hasn't made one step in any direction to dodge bullets. He's like, nah.
He uses the Force. He looks like a Jedi.
Oh, okay. Just threw a bag at him.
Or give me a gun.
This is a Lethal Weapon movie?
Chair.
What?
And that guy's eye.
None of a train ran over him.
I was also glad like they showed what he was doing, like where he went.
Yeah.
But it was kind of cool, like in the supplemental stuff on the original DVD when this first came out, showed how they did this effect with the train, and it was a 2D picture.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
It was impressive. It actually didn't look.
Like right there, when
Yeah.
they're showing it from the side, it's a 2D picture that they're using.
Huh.
Here's where you see where he went.
Yeah, there he is. Subterranean.
Hey, really, the whole movie is basically like watching him beat this guy up. Just one
Pretty
thing
much.
after another.
Like,
Here we go.
And then like,
Ooh.
it's the point where you'd almost feel bad for him. If he wasn't such a piece of shit.
And here we go with his other arm.
yeah.
It's basically like the Bebop and Rocksteady of
How
this
did they
movie.
Pull her up through there.
Something that will seem incredibly stupid at first.
But here's another thing where, big superhero moment kind of thing.
Yep.
It has a consequence.
Yep. Consequences.
Yeah. Mostly because his serum was running
Dislocated
out.
my shoulder.
Yep. It's like now it's her turn to help him.
Would have been ripped off.
I'll fucking show you.
That's mostly because the serum is running out.
Yeah.
The one thing everybody in movies has a skill that I don't think I have is setting a dislocated shoulder.
Yeah.
I think everyone's just like
Google it.
You just gotta randomly push it or pull it in a direction, and it works first
It
try.
makes sense that she would know.
You never see anyone ever have to be like, whoa, wait, let me try again. It didn't work the first time.
Or you can just do a Martin
It's
Riggs
just
style.
like,
You can just do a Martin Riggs style. Just run it into
You know.
a solid object.
Martin
multiple times.
Riggs / King Kong.
Yeah, King Kong. Yeah, King Kong did it too. I remember I thought the exact same thing, and then you texted me that. I watched King Kong. Was it Kong versus Godzilla? Is that the one that you did?
Yeah, and then because Godzilla like dislocates his shoulder.
Yeah, and he waxed up against a building.
Yeah. Which is similar to like why Ellie's is immune in Last of Us.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was really cool that they got Ashley Johnson to play her mother in the show.
Sakes.
So turn him into a vampire to cure his lung cancer.
But they didn't fix it.
And his deteriorating liver.
Yeah.
Apparently, one of them lived.
Well, no, remember.
Oh, is it from another family?
Yeah, or it was illegitimate.
Yeah.
Because he was born out of wedlock.
Jessica Biel's character ends up being one of his daughters.
Oh man!
The third one.
Guess I need to watch that one now.
No, you don't.
I'm just kidding. Like I said, I don't think I ever watched it in one sitting, but I've seen it in parts.
I remember when I was hanging out with Kelly all the time, and I was like trying to show her movies that she had never seen before that I really liked. So I showed her all the Blade movies, but I showed her the first two, and then I was just like, "Yeah, we can skip the third one." And she's like, "No, you got me started on these. I like them. You got to show me the third one." I'm like, "You're not going to like them after you watch the third one." She's like, "I want to see it." I showed it to her, and when it was over, she's like, "Yeah, you were right."
Yeah, well, that's why it's so great hearing Patton Oswalt talk about it, like just the shit that went down on that
show
set.
that was?
Yeah.
You could do a whole special on his stories on that shit, like whole stand-up special.
Blade did bad. He's in
Worst
the corner.
Dracula in a movie ever. Worst Dracula ever. What does he do? He's the most powerful vampire in the world. What does he do? He goes to that goth vampire shop and beats up a bunch of like teenagers that wish they were vampires just because he can.
Well, they were making a mockery of him.
Yeah, but that's how you show how menacing and how powerful he is. He goes and beats up defenseless little kids.
How else do you measure your strength?
I mean, that James Silent Bob did the same thing in Dogma. So, yeah. I wonder who'd win in a fight between him and Jefferson Twilight from
What is it called?
Venture Brothers.
Oh.
I Kill Blackulous.
It has been so long since I've watched that show.
Yeah.
I heard the theme song to C Lab the other day, and I was just like, "Holy shit! I haven't watched that in forever."
I love this where she's just like,
Skis.
Skis.
You don't hear that every day anymore.
I like how his forearm got like 6
Super
inches
long.
longer.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Stick a chainsaw on it.
Look what he did to my hand. What, he nailed a meatloaf to it?
Yeah. That guy's immune system must be like in overload all the time because he's just always hurt.
It's like Deadpool.
Yeah. See, the first time I saw this, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then you realize they're putting sunscreen on.
Yep. It's got to be like SPF 5 million.
Yeah.
I need you paler.
Yeah.
You almost look like you got a tan. Cut
You're
that
not
shit
goth
out.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, they'd have to put it inside the hairline too, and like actually in their hairs.
They would just look like they're doused in mayonnaise.
Probably, just like put on some layers of something,
Big,
Like, well, they showed
big,
them put on like a motorcycle helmet at one
Yeah.
point.
just giant gardening hats.
Yeah.
Everyone, but they're still trying to look badass.
Sombreros.
Some of those things too. I'm high def. I never noticed the
Smoking?
Yeah, the smoke. Yeah.
You can see he's starting to get ashy.
Mm-hmm.
From his clothes, not where his skin's actually exposed.
Yeah.
Just stuck a fog machine up his pants.
You can see like the little grayish sections like on his throat and his like forehead and his cheek. And he's starting to burn.
And then he went on to be in Modern Vampires.
That movie sucks so bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's got a burn on his neck from the dry ice.
Yeah. She got my Ricardo Montalban pecs.
Yeah, he's like Hermie.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he's like Hermie from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah.
I thought he was on the surface of Mars for a second.
Long in the tooth.
That was worse than a joke I'd make.
He goes, come on, that was funny, right?
And yeah, now they've got the helmets on. Yeah.
Neat. What's with everyone What's with everyone bonding over charring corpses?
He's gonna be just fine.
You don't?
Note to self: new date idea.
Yeah.
Well, it's my 14-year wedding
snake eyes.
anniversary tomorrow. Now I know what I'm gonna do.
Where's Nicolas Cage? Autobots roll out. Why would you smell it? Why would you even smell it? This is like,
Why would you know what a vampire's ass smells like?
yeah, I was like, why is his first instinct is to smell it?
I mean, he hangs out with Blade a lot. Maybe just Blade walks in with some swass sometimes or something.
It's like, dude, go take a bath.
Yeah, he need to make sure it was the
Vampires
paper and not
sweat too,
Blade.
bro.
And also, I mean, he wears a lot of leather. So,
Yeah, real seals in the flavor.
It's a flavor saver. She went and robbed the hospital she worked at.
like how they basically.
This was the
take-
coolest thing
yeah.
they did in this movie.
But then, of course, they take the teeth out of it in the second
Second
one.
one.
Yeah.
I always thought this was the coolest thing.
Chemistry.
I love. She's like, I want to stand
Yeah,
back.
she's like, it's energetic.
Yeah.
Well, you used to have a microscope for research.
Happy true.
Oh, well,
I mean, it only
she
takes like
was
30
going to the
seconds.
guy's store here.
Oh yeah. Oh, because and he had the envelope in his hand.
Yeah, he is going to the guy's store. Try some Australian.
I've got old man disease.
No, he's healthy as a fucking horse, obviously.
Australian. I got those from Australia.
What are they?
It's Australian candy. So there's a YouTube channel called Sticky Lollies,
Mm.
and they film themselves making these things, and they make like little designs, and then you can actually see like faces and shit.
Oh yeah.
She got like
They show how they make
Reese
the
put a
candy.
couple things on her neck.
It turned out that you can order it, and I was like, okay, but these are Australian flavors that we can't get. You can't get anywhere else, like Australian fruit.
Mm. Well, that's one hickey. That's some hickey she's got there.
There's like a couple of weird berry flavors. And actually just showed up today.
It said photo studio with an F. It's clever.
Trendy.
There's another one that's like, it gets super loud, super loud, and then cuts.
Mm.
Another one of those things where I was like, is there something wrong with the audio? Yeah, here's the Matrix moment.
Mm-hmm. SFW.
He's got that FOMO. He's just got that fear of missing out. Like, what you got?
Mm.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow.
What the?
Say it.
Oh, sorry, we'll just walk through this scene.
Yeah. Oh, you can see the skin around his eyes.
Mm.
Why does he just wear his motorcycle helmet everywhere?
This is like a Mortal Kombat character.
Quan Chi or some shit?
Oh, he's got that notch in his eyebrow, I noticed. He's even got the Matrix sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
The little girl's just like,
Yeah, whatevs.
just chilling.
Like, this is my life. This is my life now.
And then
It's like, can you guys
There.
cut this shit? I'm bored.
there was the line.
Lens flare.
Whoa!
Like J.J. Abrams' vampire movie.
Oh,
Oh man, that taco vendor's gonna be so pissed.
It's like, no more churros for you.
That was the worst thing that could ever happen to me.
The bus just is like, I'm not going to slow down.
Like little girls, whatever.
She was standing up and then
He's
just
got a
fell back
schedule to
over.
keep, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Oh, was that her shoe?
Probably. See, look, when she's running, nobody gave a shit that there was just guns fired. It was
Fish this big.
Yeah. Some girl was just thrown through a cart and almost got hit by a bus, and there's gunshots right over across the street. Oh, Devs, I'm late for work.
That's life in the big city.
Yeah.
She has a cure for vampirism.
Rude.
Look at that big ass monitor. It probably weighs 35 pounds.
The tube.
Yeah.
Yep.
My back hurts just thinking of carrying that thing.
I know, right? I want a CRT so bad, but I don't want a CRT at the same time.
Why is that guy hiding shotguns? Like, I don't get it.
You
All the
never
other
know.
shit he's got laying around, he's like,
They scoped out your security system. Oh, wait, sorry. That's the next one.
Phosphorus!
Derp.
Oh, that bum leg just is even more bummer.
Bum
They
leg,
shot him
my
in-
only weakness.
Yes.
Well, you know what? It would help if the entrance to their lair was not wide open
Yeah.
all the time. It's an open air building.
I'm just gonna bash your head in. Bash it right the fuck in.
Well, inevitably, he does bite him. So he lied.
It's like, you spit on me, I'm a vampire now.
He's gonna do all this shit and then not be a liar? Come on. It's like, I draw the line.
He's
that
like
line.
wide open.
My word is my bond. Whippoorwill.
See, it looks like it says LD, so it stands for laser disc. I should stop laughing at my bad jokes.
I love it when your calling card is just some dead dude you lay somewhere.
Maybe there's something good under that sheet.
Doubtful.
Just as ugly as I remember.
His eyes are moving.
Ball
Yeah, it's also-
practice.
I was gonna say he's not very good at playing dead.
The whole side of his neck's just tore wide open. He's just dabbing it. That'll stop it.
That's a Band-Aid, bro.
Brandon, we'll clean up some of this blood for you.
Sop it right up.
He's gonna do some spot detailing with a Q-tip.
It's like, nah, Neo. Sporin. Come on, nobody see Kung Pao?
That's how tough this guy is. Just pour some whiskey on it, but
Yeah, basically that's how he fixed everything.
I just need a whiskey and a cigarette and I'll be good.
Walk it off.
Yeah, rub some dirt on it. No, don't do that.
Well, they already don't use gloves. Well,
they're-
the first time he's using gloves in the whole movie, and when
you
they're
know,
doing,
the vampires don't know how much they fucked up now because now the rest of the highwaymen are going to kick their ass.
Jesus.
Willie Nelson's going to fuck them up.
Don't
get
giggle.
him.
Well,
We'll do it with a smile on his face. Dolly Parton coming. My kids will get there before I do.
well, you know, he did say Blade Eye and a few others. I assumed he was talking about the highwaymen.
The mechanics?
No, the band.
okay,
It was, him, Johnny Cash.
See, there it looks like they slashed his throat.
Mac 10 with a compensator.
How could I say no to that?
It's like, well, I don't want to leave the gun. I can actually use that.
I need that stuff.
That's good tech.
Yeah, also, Whistler's just terrible at killing himself, evidently.
Spoilers.
Got my gun all greasy. Is that another gun on top of that lamp? He's got all his stash.
It might be.
You know, you should probably, why didn't you have this already done? I mean, because this is going to take up a long time if you're like literally making all your bullets right now.
He's doing all. Oh, I thought he was doing all this while he was asleep.
Football practice.
Pancakes.
So was that garlic?
Yeah. I always took that as him like severing all of his ties.
Oh, okay. So you're vampires, huh? All right.
Good talk.
Yeah, here's where the deleted scene stuff came into play.
Yeah.
Where they showed this stuff with the bodies.
Yeah.
Right here, but they cut it out. This is like an extended version of this at least on the DVD. I haven't checked out the BluRay yet.
And like I said, it seems like they resurrected that in the third one.
Yeah, well, same guy wrote all three of them,
Yeah.
so
Don't
Reuse
Goyer,
that.
yeah.
reuse something. Although it looks stupid as fuck in the third one.
Yeah. Oh, and I mean, it's basically what Daybreakers is based off of, too.
Daybreakers
Like,
is really. I love
Yeah.
Daybreakers.
Yeah, that's
Just
one of
the
my
idea.
favorite vampire movies.
Yeah, that was one of the ones where I thought the trailer made it look so stupid.
Yeah.
But it was another one of those, well, there's nothing else playing. Let's go check it out. And when I
Yeah.
walked out of it going like, God damn, that was way better than I thought it was going to be.
I just walked out there going, Willem fucking Dafoe.
Yeah.
Lord Almighty, I can my temperature rise. Oh,
No, you don't want that story.
pointing out his shortcomings.
I love her little bird right here.
Sister.
That did it.
Is that like another like casual racist remark?
I don't think there's anything casual about it.
Because like right when this conversation ends,
Hmm.
he walks into another room and he shows her all the body bags.
Yeah. Hey, the Matrix. Oh wait.
Bum, 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 bum,
Yeah.
bum.
Deftones or whatever it is.
No, it's propeller heads.
Propeller heads. That was it. Propeller heads.
I'll be back.
And there's another. This whole scene where he's attacking all these people. There's another really nice touch at the end of that scene too.
Oh yeah.
The guy on the ground.
Hello. Technically on a bike. And I remember the Marvel Legends action figure had that bike with it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Jason, you got that one? You're muted. You're muted.
I think that was the Toy Biz one, yeah, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. It was one of it was
Here it is.
still
I got the one from the Man
This
Ting
line
Way.
right here got me when I
Yeah.
saw it in the theater. Fuck you, boom.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, this is so cool. Although it is very bad 90s CGI.
Yeah.
In the face.
I think I'm gonna be okay. Oh no.
Big Trouble in Little China moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think he's
I'm
gonna
gonna
stop.
stop.
And then that was there. You go. The finishing touch there.
That's rad as hell.
Remind me of those old Gushers commercials where they turn into the fruit.
It was like The Shining. Look at that thick boy right there. His laptops.
Oh, I thought you were talking about his arms.
No.
This guy's late 90s where it's all buckles and it's not like shoulder bags and like all the little pouches.
Could be worse. Could be like having shoulder pads.
That's 80s.
Yep. Yep.
The shoulder pads is 80s, then the ridiculous amount of pouches on your outfit was 90s, and then buckles is late 90s, I guess.
And wait a minute. It's his mom.
Oh, no, I know he has a name.
Wait, how did he recognize her? If he
Yeah.
Because they had remember he had they had the ID.
He had her ID from the
Yeah.
hospital.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she became kind of a big star in the early 2000s.
Yeah, Sienna, what was her?
Sanaa Lathan.
Yeah, Sana Lathan.
Yeah, she was in the first Alien versus Predator.
And when she was also on the Cleveland show, she was the female lead. I forget what Cleveland's wife.
Was it Love and Basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first time I ever saw her.
Don't tase me, bro.
Derp.
Here we are. One big happy fucking family.
The blood-sucking Brady Bunch,
Derp.
which is from another movie we've already watched on this podcast. So yeah, right about now, when
Pancho
I
Brother?
watched this in the theater, I was just dying of thirst. So every time they mentioned,
so is he.
So every time they mentioned thirst in this last part of the movie, I was just like, oh,
God, stop it! Just stop it!
Need water.
Just stop it!
That looks like a turd.
Sounds like complete bullshit.
He might even be more human than the human.
Oh.
Hut. One to grow on.
Did you shit yourself yet, bro? God damn.
My ankle.
I dislocated it.
Oh, he built this thing pretty fast.
Oh, it's always been there.
Oh, well.
Just got some Amish dudes. Give him the afternoon.
Blade, Aaron. Glad you could make it.
Hey, man. Thanks for the shit.
Such a dork. You notice his hand healed faster than his face?
You just had to pull the staple with the meatloaf.
Mm-hmm.
Russ.
Does that guy have collagen lips?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
So he's like got those wax lips from Halloween on.
Yep.
I want to be Orson Welles over there.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looks like. I was just gonna say that looked like
Here's
Jack Black.
Paisley's peas.
I was gonna say it looks like
Oh, the French champagne.
Oh, God.
Long has it been.
Oh, God.
I was gonna say it looked like Jack Black dressed up as Orson Welles.
He's cosplaying.
Let's see this.
This is Paisley's frozen fish sticks. Oh, God.
They're even better when you're dead.
What happened to the fucking?
It's coming.
Oh, no, yeah. Because he knew.
Ah,
Damn it!
Blade be tweaking.
I love this.
Hold out your arm.
Come on, man.
Yeah, right here. It's like, I was like, water.
So dry.
I want water.
So dry. No, she's like, I ain't gonna say shit.
Probably feels how you feel when you don't gel your hair to look like you just got out of bed permanently.
His girlfriend that's got that going on right now.
Oh, no.
It didn't quite fall all the way to the ground.
No, it didn't. Spoilers!
I haven't seen. Again, I don't remember. I just figured, just like anything, if you don't see it,
Yep, you never
it
see
didn't
it.
happen.
Yep. It's
Like
like
anyone who
Schrodinger's
dies
cat.
off, anyone who dies off screen doesn't
You
usually
mean in
ever
every
die.
Fast and the Furious movie?
Yeah. Well, I'd have to watch those to get that reference.
Yeah. Every major character they've ever killed off, you never actually see them die. That's why they end up coming back again.
These fucks downstairs now.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, we're fucks? I'm sorry. I thought we were executives.
Oh, Was that Lips guy?
Feisty.
He's still sassy.
And this is another thing that they set up. This was something they set up for the sequel. Because they're like the Reaper strain, basically, is what this guy.
Well, there was a setup after this, but they cut it out with Morbius.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm assuming that's what he's supposed to be as a Reaper, right?
Who?
The guy.
Oh, down there.
Yeah.
No, he's a. They give him another name.
All I hear when that guy talks is that I don't know if you guys ever listen to like the Adam Sandler's albums, but there's this one where this guy is convinced he's high and drunk.
Yeah.
He's like, that cloud up there, man. It's got a vein and it's bleeding on me, man. What was that?
Revenant.
Take that acid I gave you? Oh, it's a piece of paper ripped off a corner of my notebook. Oh, man. It's probably these beers.
I love that sketch.
Those are some pencil shavings in a bag.
But they just become like.
He goes and shoots. Oh man, is that
No,
gunner?
they're eating. They're not like sucking the blood. They're eating people.
Okay.
He's like a zombie essentially.
Yeah. And now we know what happened to her former boyfriend.
Yeah.
There's your answer.
Yep. Fuck him up with that femur.
Yep.
Huh. It's a femur now.
See, I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. But, now where is Rick
Smart.
Dukerman and Tom Hanks to find that femur? Yeah, okay, so that reference wasn't quite as strong.
Like that, he never thought to do that to get out himself.
They do that a lot in this movie. That's the one thing that got me about
the
the
molds
second
that they
one.
make
Is
the
this thing
Terminators
was
in.
recycled in the second one,
Oh, the thing with the...
like sucking his blood out kind of thing again.
Yeah.
It's like I think it's really cool until they introduce that. I'm like, I remember in the theater when we were watching, we're like, what? Like, you gonna recycle this?
That thing just straight up reminds me of the Terminator 2 toy, the Bioskin.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the mold.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember that toy.
Play-Doh.
Yep.
I've got most of it, but I don't think I can make it
We
work.
wanted that as a kid, but we never actually had it. I remember we were begging our parents for it because I remember I was sitting there going like, "That's like the teaser trailer from the movie."
Yeah.
It's like that's awesome. They're like, nah, we don't need you making a mess.
To be fair, as a parent now, I'd probably say the exact same shit.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I get one, but you guys don't get to play with it because it'll just be everywhere and ruined in like 2 hours.
Yeah. And then the other thing is, how often? I mean, the refill.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's how they get.
How long is that shit going to be around?
Exactly.
And also, we're having a very Oedipus moment right here. Mommy?
This shit's weird. No one else is gonna say it.
That shit's icky.
Paging Dr. Freud.
Gross.
Maybe stop it.
She's one of those moms that would have nursed him till he was like 6.
It's like
I mean,
standing there nursing.
She
nursing
enjoys
kids
it.
when they're 13. You heard about that shit?
No.
She was nursing her kids. She said that she nursed her kids until they didn't want it anymore, and they were like 16 or something.
They're like, Mom,
boob.
not in front of my girlfriend.
Yeah, she was like breastfeeding her kids in there while they're in their teens or something.
Ugh, gross.
Who was that?
Mayim Bialik,
Blossom.
Ew.
Yeah, she
Wait,
said
what?
she was breastfeeding her kids until they were like in their teens.
Whoa.
She did?
She did because in some interview they were asking her like, "What the hell?" And she's like, I wasn't going to cut it off as long as she's like, I gave it to them until they didn't want it anymore, and they didn't want it anymore when they were like in their teens.
It took them that long.
It's,
Hasn't she ever heard of weaning?
I don't know if she was actually like suck on my titty, but she might have been like pumping and giving it to him.
Jesus,
that's fucking weird, man.
Yeah, that is.
Juice boxes ain't that much.
Come on,
Now
Capri Suns are a thing.
Kool-Aid.
You just made Jeopardy weird for me now.
Yeah.
I remember like somebody, it was before she did Big Bang Theory, somebody interviewed her, and I guess that was the big thing that she was like in the news for, was that she was still breastfeeding her kids when they're in their teens.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, it's gross. But I hear it happens a lot. Like they said, they give it to their kids as long as they want it.
You're not introducing them to solids yet?
Look, can I have a cheeseburger and a glass of titty milk?
Yeah.
It's all cabin in the woods now.
Yeah.
Making them artisanal cheeses with their titty milk.
I believe this one's a brie.
We got distinguished taste, but still for the titty milk.
Get some of my titty cheddars.
I've only had some wine to enjoy this cheese with.
You want one of my titty cheese boards?
Good thing I got these crackers and some cottage titty cheese.
Yeah. Charcu titty. So Blade.
Enough about man Bialik's breastfeeding habits. It's about to go down.
Yep.
That guy's got epic eyebrows.
Oh, he's about to sing a Tenacious D song about why that's wrong.
This ritual isn't the real thing. That's just a tribute.
I was gonna say she's kind of got a Carrie Ann Moss thing going.
Couldn't remember the greatest ritual in the world.
Didn't you guys meet him?
No. No, he just came along.
Oh, all right.
Because he's part of the council, but he said he only needed 13 of them.
Oh, okay.
You just got voted off?
Yeah, he got voted off the island.
Luckily, they had exactly 14 members.
I thought they would have brought him along as a spare.
I love your hustle, which is why it was so hard to cut you.
Another line I adore.
Boom. Here's your line, Gervais.
Yeah.
No more compromises. We're going to be gods. Yeah.
I'm gonna be naughty.
I'm going to be naughty. Naughty
Vampire god. Oh. I remember seeing so a place where I used to get my haircut when I was in high school, there was like a refrigerator in there and there was magnets, and I remember seeing someone had written that line.
Be a naughty
And
vampire
I want to
god.
be a naughty vampire god with the magnets.
It's like, I'm bleeding to death. No shit, lady. You're a doctor, right?
All right. It's time to suck, Blade.
Get up in this.
Giving him herpes.
Don't worry, the holes are already there.
Is this considered sloppy seconds?
Yeah.
Wow. Had to follow Donald Loge.
Yeah. Like she's like just gets sick. She gets sick of it.
Just do
She's like, just do it already. It's like, quit fucking around. Quit being a baby.
Okay.
And if you watch his mouth when he's doing this, he looks like he's giving her a fucking epic hickey.
Yeah.
They should have just put it in with him just going, nom, 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 nom,
Nom 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 nom.
nom. Sounds like he's sucking his thumb or something.
You watch the way he's sucking his like cheeks in and shit. It's like, dude, you're giving her a fucking hickey.
It's like a hickey that scars.
It's like, I went method on this one.
Yeah.
Well, remember, he stayed in character the entire time for the third one.
He was an asshole.
Yeah.
She still has the hickey to this day.
Yeah. He's like, you almost sucked my heart out of my neck.
It's epic-y.
This is a
Seal music video.
chaos theory here, because how do you know where those drops of blood are going to run?
Jeremiah. Look, I'm not leaving a trail behind. Blood doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Blood stains everything, right? Including marble. Like, I love that 90s era CGI.
Why is it?
I gotta change my pants.
Oh, well, look what he did earlier, just from holding hands.
Seal.
He uses an epic ejaculator.
By the power of Grayskull. Oh shit, my mom walked in and I was making out.
She's jealous.
Now she's like, my turn.
Can I get a taste?
What's the matter, Charlie? Don't you like me anymore?
Jesus.
Oh, wrong vampire movie.
Yet one of the best.
Oh, it's the Ark of the Covenant.
No, it's the quickening.
So does that mean that Blade is inconsequential in his own movie?
Well, no, they knew his blood.
That's
So,
his blood. Yeah.
Edward Nygma has reignited his machine from Batman Forever.
The box. This is Barbary on the box. Anyone else feel like a fried egg?
I'm like the worst guard ever.
That guy really liked his movie.
I've been there, man.
Once again, going from like super loud to nothing. I think it's the fourth time that's happened so far in this movie.
Well, he's like 35, 40 years old, and he's never met his mom, so why would he care?
Yeah.
What the? That's kind of cool.
It's their souls.
Crawl right out of him.
Oh no, they can't build the new mall. That's my second Simpsons reference in 5 minutes. I'm proud of myself.
Inconclusive.
Are those the same ones that try to take Conan's soul?
Oh, great. He's just bursted a blood vessel. What a world! What a world! What a world!
Their hair stayed behind for a second there, at least.
It was a wig.
Jesus.
Yeah, it must be cold in there. I also never noticed how his eyes glowed red.
I'm
They
Decon
kept it
Urkel.
subtle. Here we go. She's like, what the fuck?
Show off.
Jeff Hardy shit.
Superhero landing.
Yep, superhero landing before it was a thing.
Yep.
It was in his contract that every superhero has to do that in every movie
And
going
this
forward.
is one of the cheesiest moments.
Yeah.
Oh, the piano wire.
Just grabbing the glasses and putting on. Now, this scene also has one of the best takes on the throat ripping out
Oh,
in a
the
fight.
Roadhouse moment.
Yeah, because this, and I would say, there's the three that I'm aware of that are happening in movies are this, Under Siege, and Roadhouse. And I think this one, I like the take that this one does.
Oh, if you're talking about, you got to talk about MacGruber too. If you're going to talk about throat rips,
I've never seen MacGruber.
He does the turkey.
Here
it is, and then
he throws it.
What the hell?
Like literally adding insult to injury.
That is something.
He should have yelled "protect your neck" when he threw it at him.
And then they get that.
Even when he
double
runs,
guy.
it makes karate sounds. Did you hear that? He's running. It was like.
There's the double jointed guy right here with the leg. He's right after this guy.
What was he really hoping to accomplish with the pool cueing him?
Nimble little minx.
He's a vampire. She got that super speed.
You got to lead your shot. You got to shoot ahead.
Yeah, have you ever played Wing Commander?
Pillars. You shot every pillar. Congratulations.
Nice.
Where's your EpiPen? Not a good way to lose one's head.
Yeah, right here. I think it's this guy with the leg. Right here. Yeah, they got a guy that was double jointed in the knee to do that.
You're gonna dull the blade.
Blade got his blade.
Mm.
Oh shit, Highlander. We could be only one.
Yep.
And the epic fail that was the original ending of this movie.
Oh yeah, where he's
this
like
whole
a tornado.
This whole ending is a reshoot.
Yeah. Well, they had the whole. That's why in like that original computer real thing, it makes that like cyclone and does that because that was how basically
what was supposed to originally happen.
Yeah.
They have it. They had the original ending on the DVD, and it was a huge epic fail. Right here is where the original ending. It's a reshoot from this point on.
Yeah.
That whole waist thing was part of the reshoot.
Yeah.
It was he got his arm cut off, and then that's when it started.
Yeah. Fuck.
And you can tell because the makeup on his face, the blood on his face, switches sides of his face during this whole scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you keep an eye on it, it swaps places.
It is Edward Scissorhands.
Also, his shirt seems to be regenerating too.
Now it's on his left side.
Yeah.
Now it's on its right again. You were saying, Jason?
I don't know.
I never saw it hit the floor.
Oh no! Fail. Well, I guess he's screwed now. Oh wait a minute!
It's as if he planned it.
This is the
That's
sword.
almost too perfect.
The sword just lands on him. It's like,
Oh, shit!
It goes through him. Yeah.
Making me more badass, you had to do a behind the back catch. All right, there's Spider-Man.
All right, so close to the dick.
Yeah, I was gonna say they should have just got him right in the dick.
They show it rip through his
You wanna
pants.
shoot again?
And yeah, that line makes no. He improvised it and still.
It's dumb.
It makes no fucking sense.
It makes no sense.
It's got to do things the hard way, but
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Isn't there another? He said another line too, I think.
I love new raspberry gushers.
The original ending was he got his arm cut off, and then he turned into the blood god, which was basically just this glop of blood that went up to the ceiling. And they have like a commentary with the special effects guys. They're like, they showed it to a test audience, and they're like, the moment the villain stopped being Steven Dorff, everybody just lost connection with him, and nobody cared anymore. And it was the CGI was horrible too.
And he said,
the way he stopped
always trying to snow machine in the summer.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that wasn't it. Try that again.
But the way that he killed him was the exact same way. That serum stuff that explodes people.
Yeah.
He cut it open with his sword and it
threw it inside.
Threw it inside the vortex, and it killed him. But here's where the other original ending happened. They cut it out.
What was supposed to be Morbius?
Yeah.
Because I thought it was Whistler when I first saw it. I was like, is that supposed to be Whistler?
It's Morbin time.
I've still not finished that movie.
It is horrible.
I started it, but I was just
like right after he said that line, she says, "Oh yeah, well, looks like you're still on the clock." And he turns around and there's somebody standing on like a ridge up above him, and it was Morbius.
That's probably good they cut that.
That would have been fucking cool. Morbius is a decent.
Well,
character.
it had no point, no connection, because he's been nowhere in the movie.
Yeah.
But this is the reshoot ending, and this is better.
But then the second one would tell where he was.
Well, the second one picks up in Russia again.
Yeah.
Or they're supposed to be in, is it Russia or is it Prague?
Is it?
I think it's supposed to be Prague. Yeah. Which is still not far from Russia.
No, at least now he's in the region.
Yeah.
What was that? Oh? Blade in Russia.
Oh man, I wonder if there's going to be an end credit scene.
I think we're about 10 years too early for that.
Yeah.
Literally, because the first Iron Man came out in 2008.
Well, no, but even before that, it was actually X-Men, the third one, Last Stand. That was the first one that actually did the end credit scene. Yeah.
Oh, with Professor Xavier.
I forgot Shannon Lee was one of the characters. It was like
was Moira McTaggart.
Whatchamacallit, the nurse in this.
Matt Schulte, yep, right there. But yeah, that totally blew my expectations out the window when I first saw it.
Mm-hmm. No, like I said, it was. I
didn't expect it to be serious and actually have character development, because usually it's just especially after Batman and Robin and Spawn, where it's just nothing but special effects.
This made especially Marvel comic movies bankable. And then I know DC then kind of tried to piggyback off this. That's why they did Constantine, without kind of being telling people it's not necessarily a comic book movie, because at that point nobody really knew who Constantine was.
Well, they would have called it Hellblazer. They wanted to connect it. I love Constantine.
And then
Peter Reed, they're making a sequel to that finally.
Yeah, there's a show. There was a show, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was a TV show that got canceled within the first 6 episodes.
And then they brought that character into Arrowverse and
here was it
Constantine's in
Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah,
they brought the same actor that played him on the TV show back in Legends of Tomorrow. And then whenever you have one of the DC animated movies, that guy voices Constantine in all of them.
Yeah, I love the Justice League Dark stuff.
Yeah,
that's some of the best stuff they've done.
Yeah, he still says I've seen interviews with the guy, and he's like, that's still my favorite character I've ever played.
No, and he looks like him. I mean,
Yeah.
he basically like from page to screen.
And the TV show wasn't that bad. It was
Yeah.
just that
the
you know, it
network
was
didn't know.
expensive. It was expensive.
Network didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, no, I loved this movie when it came out. I remember like getting super excited, wanting there to be a sequel, and then it got it like what 4 years later.
Yeah, 4 years later.
Which arguably
and Guillermo del Toro of all people directed it, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah, well, and that was like his first sort of like big.
That was his first American movie.
Well, he did Mimic first.
Did he?
Yeah, he did Mimic first.
You're not
but this was the first one that he kind of was able to call more of the shots on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because the Weinsteins were fucking him in the ass on Mimic the whole time.
Well, because it was one of those things that.
Luckily, I have the director's cut of that.
Mimic, yeah. But yeah, what's her face? Oh God, why can't the star?
Mira Sorvino?
Yeah, Mira Sorvino like went to bat for him, and of course that cost her because that's when Weinstein started harassing her and then ruined her career.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Blade,
it was connected.
Yeah. But yeah, interested to see what they're gonna do with the Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, if they're
Blade.
gonna keep it R-rated or make it PG-13.
Yeah, I mean,
if they're making Deadpool 3 R-rated, they're probably gonna keep this.
Yeah, and I mean, it's about a guy who freaking ices vampires. I mean, you can't really.
I mean, vampires and look what happens when you make PG-13 vampire movies. You get Twilight.
Yeah,
unless they just draw from the neutered animated series version. He's got a lightsaber. Well, we own lightsabers, so no one can sue.
So what the hell
can even call it a lightsaber.
Swords are too violent. We're giving him a lightsaber.
Well,
it cauterizes the wound.
Spider-Man could not punch in that either. He could not throw a punch. That was like a weird. Yeah, there was like a weird stipulation where it's like you can't throw a punch in this, and yet Batman, which is on the same network,
shit out of people.
would throw punches.
Right. Yeah, he could kick and he'd throw. You notice he like threw people a lot.
Yeah,
that was it.
I never saw that Spider-Man cartoon, so I never.
It's good. I mean, it's worth a watch. I mean, it's very much of the time.
It gives you good coverage of the
All right, next time I'm on the podcast, we'll watch season 1 in one sitting, and then
deal.
Yeah, definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things I keep on saying, like, oh, it's on Disney Plus, I'll watch it, and I just never think to do it.
I think I've watched since it's been on Disney Plus. I think I've watched all the way through it 3 times, and X-Men.
This one with Neil Patrick Harris, right?
No, that was the MTV one. The dude who does the voice of Spider-Man was the guy in the Brady Bunch movie who played the oldest, whatever the oldest kid was. Yeah,
Marsha.
And Ed Asner was JJ.
JJ Jameson.
Yeah, J. Jonah Jameson. Yeah. Uncle Ben was the guy from Family Affair who killed himself. Brian. I'm trying to think of his name because he was another one of those just like old actors. I remember he was in Sharky's Machine too.
But anyway, so now that you've seen it, Church, what are your thoughts?
I think it was better than I expected.
It was one of the movies of all time.
Yeah. No, I liked it. I would.
I mean, we realized it was no Spawn, but
right, no Spawn, but no, it's better than I was expecting. Yeah. I like the seriousness of it.
To look forward to.
I miss the hard R, superhero movies.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised or glad that they brought it back with like Logan and Deadpool.
Yeah.
But and DC was doing it on the reg with the animated movies.
Yeah. Hopefully,
it's funny watching. Who was it dropping the F-bombs in it? It was it Raven?
The first one I remember seeing a swearing was the Batman Year One, where he like goes to make a getaway. Like he's like, where did he go? Getaway, and he like falls through like fire escape, and he's like, fucking amateur. I was like, what?
I remember Raven was dropping F-bombs in the Justice League Dark Apocalypse.
Well, there's also the I think is it Suicide Squad Hell to Pay where it actually has nudity in it.
Yeah,
like when the lady gets out of the pool, it's like, oh, there's a nipple.
Yeah,
they push the edge on that. Yeah. So I mean, it's cool, but I hope they, at least with the new Blade movie, they keep it like this.
Mm-hmm.
It would make sense.
And Mia Goth, who supposedly I think is going to be playing the villain. The character Lilith. Yeah,
I'm totally down for that because Mia Goth is the shit.
Yeah,
that could be fucking awesome. So
yeah, I hope so.
I mean, if it gets made, because the writers' strike apparently has
held it up.
Yeah, held it
Sam
up.
Raimi's not directing it anymore.
I'm tired of seeing these clickbait articles like another movie canceled.
Not canceled, just on the
That's-
back
yeah,
burner.
I know, but the clickbait things, one you think
Oh, I
they're just
know.
like are like ousting these movies left and right. And you're like, no, there's a writer's strike on. Stop being
Yeah.
dickheads.
But yeah, Church, I would definitely say look up the second one. The second one is pretty
Yeah,
good. Pretty
I
awesome,
I
too.
honestly
and it's
I like the
Guillermo
second
del
one.
Toro.
And
I
watch
like the second one more than the first, to be honest.
watch 3 first, so you really
Don't watch
appreciate
3.
2.
Don't watch 3. Just leave it at 2. You'll be much happier in life.
There is, I mean, I will say that there is.
Three's not-
There is one scene in the second one where they use CGI, and it's just like we
It
weren't.
looks,
we
it
weren't.
looks bad.
It's like we weren't there
That's
yet.
when they're in front of the lights, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the fight. They do
And-
they do full CGI people at
It's
one
like
point,
we-
and it
we-
looks really bad.
It's like we weren't there yet. I mean, if you think the Matrix scene in the second one where he's in the park fighting all the Smiths looks bad,
Yeah.
that looks so much better than the what's in Blade 2.
It was the year before.
Yeah.
Super Enabler Bros with me and Chris. Check that out if you like us bantering about everything under the sun.
And an occasional guest.
Yeah.
Yeah. My YouTube, The Game Grinder. If you like unboxing videos, that's pretty much all I do anymore. Otherwise, if anybody's interested in like a book club for video games, check out the Cartridge Club, Game of the Month Club for video games.
Nice.
If you want to check out the Super Enabler Bros, you have to check out my channel, Corpse Flood Gaming. That's where it's at. I guess I could have told people where to find it.
You get there eventually.
For those of you listening, we want to thank you. First off, I want to thank you two gentlemen for joining us.
I'm not gentle.
And watching Blade with us. And for those of you listening, thank you very much for listening. And if you like what it is that we do here, please remember to like, subscribe, and most importantly, what should they do, Chris?
Share, bitch.
Ah, you little skis!